Hold up. All right. All right. Take 3.
Yeah, take 3, everyone.
Third time's the charm. It's okay. This is all, set up for a really good race.
Yeah.
And we're off. Okay, so
we're off again. Okay.
Thankfully, the beginning of this run isn't too much going on. I mean, now there is some more stuff to do because of, farming these alerts. But I mean,
and I think Snow just crashed again. Oh no, he's fine. He's fine.
Okay,
great. Oof, man, that was a little scary. But anyway, yeah, like you said, in docks, there's not much going on. If there's going to be problems with this game, it's best to just have it right away on docks because literally nothing happens here except for accumulating alerts.
Yeah. Now I can see that Snow kills one of the guards and then kind of like toys with like one of them. I think D-Lams keeps them both alive. I mean, It doesn't really matter here as long as like you get alerts, and I believe I had like asked Plywood a couple days ago, how many you can get, and I think he said about 5 to 7, maybe somewhere around that range, and that's quite a bit.
Yeah, you need to shoot for 7 or more. If you can get more, that would be much easier. But shoot for 5 here. The reason why you want 5 is because you get two or 3 that are already forced and already given to you, and that will eventually lead to a number of around 9 or 10. You need around 9 or 10 to activate the card to be in the drainage ditch.
Yeah.
But if you get more than 5, that just makes it a lot easier. If you only get 5 here, you would have to intentionally get a alert in the cell room. Make sure Johnny spots you, and then you clear the alert. But like I said, if you get more than 5 here, you don't have to do that. So it's really just a matter of convenience. There's no faster way to get alerts that we know of so far.
I think after that, Jeremy Blaustein, the military advisor, we're going to be coming up on the elevator coming up here, so...
So when you see Jeremy Blaustein's name pop up, you should really stop farming alerts, because that just won't give you enough time to go out and do another one.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone's playing around with the camera a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so classic little strat here. Just knock, go over, and get into the elevator.
Yeah, so right here, we're going to be tanking one more alert because there's going to be, just darting straight across. And also, one thing to also mention is that skipping through codex you can do with just one press of the escape key, or the start button, so it makes things really easier.
Yes.
In terms of actually skipping codex, and Snow does get shot here, unfortunately, so I'll slow him down a little bit.
Very clean heliport by Snow.
Yep. Yeah, aside from that first time getting shot, that was the only downside from it, but
yeah, there's actually a certain movement you can do to not get shot, but it only saves frames at that point. So yeah, there are a lot of benefits to this port. We just all wish it wasn't held together by duct tape. The biggest ones that really affect the pace of this run is the use of hotkeys. All the weapons are assigned to different hotkeys, and the biggest one we're going to be seeing is 0 and 9. 0 being the sniper rifle and 9 being the chaff grenade. So later on in the run, we're definitely going to be seeing those used because that's actually the most vital part of the run.
Yeah, and we'll be there very soon because as you'll see here coming up, we're going to be skipping a pretty large portion of the game. We're going to be essentially just going straight into mid-game here after we get through this room here. And they're both opting for the chaff strats.
Yep.
And you gotta be kind of careful here, because if you do it incorrectly, they can actually see you, and then you have to restart the room.
Yes.
But they both made it through, so it's fine.
You have to time that grenade actually pretty good to make sure you don't get spot.
Now, typically you would, climb up the ladder, but here we are just gonna, go through the wall and just go into jail, because... reasons. And the radar does help here with trying to line up where you need to go.
Absolutely.
And now we're suddenly in prison.
Yep, and we defeated 5 boss battles, guys.
Yep. Just like
GG.
that.
Yep. Yeah, like, it's so funny every time I do this strat, and you always get those guys in my chat that are just like, dude, you just ruined my childhood right now, and I'm like, well, sorry.
And while we do have some time here, I have to mention that I think while we were switching over, we did get another donation, a $200 donation from Juice, saying poverty, recognize poverty. And I believe he also rated us as well during the survival portion, so thank you for that. Appreciate it. Anyway, John, we just have to keep on waiting around here until he goes.
Yep.
And then once he comes back, you have to poke out, and then he'll be alerted, because if you don't do that, then he'll start to fall asleep, and you'll lose quite a bit of time.
Actually, if you don't do what they just did, it actually wastes 30 seconds, because then John would fall asleep. Yeah, a lot of time. We definitely don't want that.
And then coming up here, now the only reason why this entire sequence skip works is because while you are here, you actually have Otacon give you a level 5 card, I believe.
Yes.
And that makes pretty much this entire thing possible, because if he didn't give that to you, then we could have just maybe been like hard stuck here, because we couldn't get out, or we couldn't progress further because of that. So thankfully Otacon does do that.
Yes.
You win.
And of course, the fastest way to complete the run is by killing Meryl. And Snow actually just got a frame perfect skip right there. When you see that certain angle, yeah. I mean, that's a very good angle, and that's what you want.
I hope you can still look at yourself.
Now, so wait around a little bit more, and then our friend Otacon is going to help us get out of jail, and then we'll be on to the more interesting parts of the run, because, sitting on the docks, and they have to sit around here, but right after this, though, it pretty much picks up immediately, and we're going to start doing a lot of glitches and a lot of different tricks here.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing about this category in particular with PC, is that even though in the first 8 or 9 minutes you're really not doing much, but the moment you get out of the cell is when stuff really hits the fan,
Yeah. You probably do other than punch on the wall to prevent him from seizing, which can save you time.
Mm-hmm. And Limes is actually showing off another interesting quirk about the PC port, is that you can, if you really wanted to, you can play the entire game in first-person view. Now, why you would want to do this, I don't know, but it is a thing in the PC port, and it's actually very helpful for all bosses. Using the first-person view can actually be very helpful when you do all bosses PC.
For sure. And I think you can do just about anything except for interact with doors and ladders, and you cannot switch weapons, maybe. But yeah, it's pretty interesting how you can do that on the PC version.
Yeah, very interesting addition that they add on.
I'm here.
Amongst other things, which we'll see here, because
a
byproduct of what they added on for the hotkeys is going to be breaking this game wide open. So
yeah, it's definitely an oversight. We'll say that.
So talk to Ocelot and lay out the ketchup, the old ketchup trick. And then,
Ocelot.
So you want to get an alert here though, because as we were saying before, is that you want to be farming alerts. So getting one here is good. And I think getting one here means that you get up really early as opposed to getting up later. So you actually want the alert, and that's actually
yeah,
in that regard.
The moment you hear the door click, you want to be standing up and getting ready to choke.
And so,
yep.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, you both got it. Snow just got it from the skin of his teeth, though.
Yeah, he had to delay that a little bit.
Yeah. Limes was very good. Very good timing there. I mean, he is a numbers guy. He talks about it all the time. So, I always joke around I always call Limes the human task, because he truly is. His mind works like a computer. We're definitely gonna, from Limes, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of good movement, a lot of just clean cut, like I said, just good movement. Oh, and it looks like Snow missed the throw cancel. That's okay. I mean, throw canceling, it's definitely something you gotta get used to, and it can, even though it looks easy, it requires good timing.
So while that was going on, so you'll see somebody is actually grabbed the PSG1, and it says full, but that's because to the game, we haven't unlocked it yet, so it's not usable. But as long as we touch it, it'll go to our inventory, which will be important for later. And for Lime's screen, as you can see, there is no tank. We're just gonna go on by. Just gonna casually go on by and pick up these grenades here. We'll need them later.
Absolutely.
For the Raven fight.
Absolutely. And I was just going to mention as well, Snow has only been running this category for not that long, actually, and he's been getting some very good, respectable times right off the gate. So who knows? I mean, I'm definitely excited for what we can see from the master and the apprentice kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like pretty standard nuke building. There is a slightly faster nuke building that you can do, but it's pretty risky and kind of unreliable.
Very unreliable.
Going out of bounds and throwing a grenade and getting an alert.
It was you who discovered that, right?
Yeah. Myself and Furry too had came up with it, and it does save time, but it's just kind of unreliable. It doesn't save that much time to where you want to be using it too much, but it's still fun for me to do personally. But yeah, it's a very cool
strat. Oh no! And unfortunately, in nuke building, when you get caught, it's an instant death because there's no way to escape the gas. Oh no!
And by knocking those guys over, we actually wasted more time even. So
yeah.
Unfortunate from Young Snow.
So. If you look at D-Limes right now, he is out of bounds, and the reason how he's doing that is because he pressed 0 and 9 in a galloping fashion and was able to step out. So this was a major oversight from the developers of the PC port. And Tyler, if you want to get a little more into the scientifics of it, of how it works.
Well, so to think of it pretty simply, there are multiple states. And depending on how you have to do the glitch, you can have it to where you can go out of bounds like we saw there, or like you see here for the tower climb, if you do it while standing, then you won't be able to take damage. So you'll see these guards are going to try to hit D-lines, but they're not going to be successful, and as you cannot take any form of damage other than, I believe, gas is the only thing. And then falling to your death, of course.
Yes. So pretty much to put it in the most basic terms, we call this God mode, but what's really happening is that Snake has infinite iframes as he walks. And those iframes do reset them. They do reset when you go into the next room.
Yes, you have to reset it every time that you change rooms.
Yes.
And you also cannot interact with doors or climb up ladders, so you actually see D-Limes go to first-person view, unless you did it beforehand, which I could have missed, but yeah. So you have to go in first-person view once, and then you can interact with objects. Before
you know you're going to interact with something while you're in God mode, you always want to make sure you go into first-person view. That's how you break out of it.
Looks like Young Snow did the same thing. See if he gets the...
Yes.
Okay, he's good.
Yep, he got
stun grenades. Don't know if we'll be using those or not.
Yeah, stun grenades is only you only really need that for if you're doing console.
Yeah.
Oh, Lime's going for a pretty swag strat right there, getting rid of the guards. Never seen that before.
Yeah.
Very swag strats today.
Yeah, I think you have a couple grenades to play around with.
You do.
He can place one or two, and right here again, you actually kind of brace the camera too. Now, I believe that this is fixed now because of the whole core affinity issue. Because Yeah, because back whenever we first ran the PC port, there was a problem where, in like certain instances, if you do that, you can actually crash the game completely. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way it was explained to me was that for the PC port, if you if you're skipping cutscenes very fast, the game just doesn't know what to do and pretty much just quits. It was a big problem for a lot of the runners, and it almost made some of us want to quit because it's just not reliable. But then Metal Gear Solid discovered that the game was only running on one core, so he's like, "What if we ran it on two cores?" And then, sure enough, no crashes at all. So huge development from Metal Gear Solid.
Yep. So, kind of a running theme is that, if you can use God mode, you can just essentially just like run straight through, and some of these fights and like boss battles will be a joke. And then right here, this is the big one here, is that you'll be able to drop straight down and just skip the
Yes.
Hindy and the Four Horsemen.
Pretty much all of Con Tower B skipped
Yeah.
right there. And just absolutely insane stuff with this port. And then, we do the worm, and
Show some dance moves.
throw on some grooves, and then look at that, Wolf is done.
All right, easy.
Yeah, she was intimidated by her dancing. So pretty much what happened there is that there's a certain line. Excuse me. There's a certain line in that snowfield. If you cross it, the game's like, "Oh, wait, you shouldn't be here. That means you must defeat the boss." And there you go. Of course, Lime's going lightning fast here, just going through, blazing through Disc 2. And that's the crazy thing about the PC port. You're literally blazing through this game with God mode, with taking no damage. Don't blink, and you're missing a lot of stuff.
Unfortunately, oh no!
No. Yeah, that does happen.
She's gonna choke him out.
Yeah, that does happen from time to time.
Yeah, so Disc 1 only took about 15.5 minutes, so that's pretty fast, all things considered, especially like whenever you would see console runs of this too. Like, it's just crazy.
That's actually very good time, very good Disc 1. You want your Disc 1 to really shine, because there's a lot of backtracking in Disc 2, and the thing about Disc 2 is that a lot of it is just movement-based. And there's also the final suite of boss fights that will also take time.
Yep.
Snow finally defeating Wolf. And he's going to be making his way into Disc 2 as well.
Yeah, so he's not too far behind.
He's really not.
But, those couple of screw-ups in the armory and in the new building did hurt him quite a bit. Because I think he'd be much closer, maybe right behind lines.
Yeah, definitely. Just small little mistakes like that really can kill your run when it comes to this game. Yeah. I always say the running Metal Gear games, like, they do require perfection sometimes.
Now, luckily for Snow,
very clean cargo fight there.
Yeah, very good. Now for Snow though, he is on the Survivors, and they have a pretty sizable lead at this point thanks to the Survive game. So, he can afford to kind of mess up here a little bit and also be okay for his team. Eli was just trying to just shorten that gap just a little bit. And as you see here,
he missed that was mistimed.
Does he have enough?
Yes.
Barely enough.
Yeah, barely. Oof. Yeah, he needs to be careful. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, he's good.
Okay, he's good. Okay. You gotta time out. You really gotta time out those grenades for Raven. Because if you're out of ammo and you can't kill him, you've pretty much soft locked the game.
Yeah, and there's not really a whole lot that you can do since
you never picked up the Nikita.
Yeah, never picked up the Nikita, and there is some C4, but it's pretty out of the way, so you pretty much have to bank on using those grenades. But D-Limes is a seasoned veteran for this game, so he knows what he's doing, so he's all prepared.
And like I said before, really take note of Limes' movement. He's very good at clean cut angles. Doesn't try to sidetrack. He gets to point B the quickest way possible. It's just very inspiring to see a runner with such an amazing amount attention to detail.
You see Snow here attempting to beat Raven. So far, so good.
So far, very good. Yep. There is a time to Raven. As long as you kind of time it 2 seconds after you throw the grenade, that's typically good. How you want to time is completely up to you, but as long as there's you get like an internal clock going with it. All right, so moment of truth for Limes over here. We're going to see which card he got, which card placement.
So, since you know more, about these ditch locations than I do, so what are the common locations for the ditch rather than the regular rat?
Yeah, so pretty much the position we don't want is 7. 7 is all the way at the other side of the ditch, on the very right side. But let's see what position. Limes just got a very good position. That's one of the best you can possibly get. That very good position right there from Limes. Very good RNG right there. But like I said earlier in the beginning of the run, even if you got something, worse than what Limes just got, that's still like 30 seconds faster than just, hoping to get a good rat. But the run killer is definitely position 7, because then you have to go all the way to the other side, and that's just a complete time waster.
And that one loses you time quite a bit, right?
It does. It actually does lose quite a bit of time. Okay, so Lions got some pretty good RNG, but that's not the best. We'll see if Snow gets something better. It's always in the cards,
And some nice movement there by Limes.
Very good.
Seen by the camera means that he doesn't need to stop for that 1 second for the alert, so that's good. Yeah, hopefully it's not at the far side. That would be.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oof. All right, so let's see. Let's see Snow's position. All right, he's checking around. Oh, I don't think he. Oh, he's got the bomb. The bomb. Yeah, he's got to throw that out. He didn't search deep enough.
Oh, so you're saying like he made it pass it up?
Yeah, he didn't search under the bridge fast enough. He needs to go up. Oh no. Unless he got card 7. Yeah, he's checking. Yep, he got card 7.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately he did in fact get the worst card. That's okay. I mean, look, it's RNG. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah, and while this is still RNG compared to the rat RNG, so if like this seems to be a little bit better and a little bit more reliable than the previous one, where like you have to pray for the rat essentially to go to a certain spot. Plus you had to menu as well, and for PC it doesn't matter too much, but just extra stuff to do.
Yeah, definitely the card in the drainage ditch is just much more consistent than hoping that a rat is in the best place, which is also very RNG dependent. It's just a matter of consistency, really.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it does save time is an added bonus.
So now we're going to be backtracking, going into the warehouse and to the blast furnace to cool down and heat up the card.
Yep.
So, again, kind of slowing down the pace of this run. It was kind of slow at the beginning, then the mid game it was blazing fast, and we're kind of going back to a standstill here, just kind of chilling out. But don't worry, because the finale we got Liquid Fight, which
definitely
most boss. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Definitely the showstopper, which is the Liquid Fight.
Yeah, because GME can't save you there.
Oh no, we
It's-
wish.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
you gotta execute the fight well. So can't
Yes,
make the
and
excuse. Oh, I'm just gonna use GME for this fight.
oh
It's
yeah,
too easy.
yeah. And another thing about the liquid fight is, you know, if you don't get it right the first time, you better know some backups. You know.
Oh yeah, and I believe D-Lambs knows a lot of the backups for Liquid.
Yes.
I'd have to assume. Young Snow, not too sure. I haven't watched him too much personally, so I can't have any information on that. So
Yeah, Snow was actually very similar to me when I first started running this game a year ago. The liquid fight would just kick my ass. You know, it was just terrible. I was like, man, do I even want to run this game anymore? It's just such a barrier. But you know, the more you practice, the more you persevere, the more you say, you know what, this is my goal and I want to get it done. The liquid fight is just now second nature to me. It really does require a lot of perseverance.
now we see Snow waiting for the card to cool down. Now, typically they would have timers going, and I don't know if they have timers going on while this is like happening, because that's what I typically do. Because otherwise, you have to go off of like an audio cue or look at maybe like a stopwatch or something. Because typically, you know, you would use your like live split timer to like determine when to go.
Personally, I use the audio cue because I've played this game for so long.
Yeah.
You know,
And
and
into you at this point.
yeah, and same with Blast Furnace too. Sometimes I use more of a visual cue on Blast Furnace, but I'm interested to see how they're going to do it because I know they don't do the visual cue.
Yeah, not even checking the card as well. So now the one telltale sign of you not getting the like card correctly is that for the Blast Furnace, if you are heading back and you do not get the code call from Naomi, then that's a telltale sign. Although, actually, now that I think about it, on the PC version, you would skip that anyway with one of the GMEs, so that's even worse because now you can't even tell. But I mean, like both of these players, they should get the like correct timing for the card being heated up. But you know, you never know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I mean, that's like anything in life, especially in speedrunning. Anything can happen. So yeah, definitely not much to really talk about here, logistics-wise. A lot of backtracking, just heating up and cooling down the card. You know, this is why I think MGS1 80% PC is a very good starter speedrun because it's well-paced. It's not constant, you know, blazing through or anything like that. There is some downtime, just kind of chill, you know, kind of calm down a little bit. But I will say, like, this run actually is not that hard, but it's very difficult to master.
Yeah, because, like, you know, for like most video games, these like really short categories, they're usually very heavily optimized, and just for the case for this game is the same, is that it's very heavily optimized, but it's pretty easy to like get into because, like, you know, there's like some other games where they have some like really short categories just like this, but they have some like really hard trick, but this one's literally just 0-9 and that's it.
Literally, that's it.
Yep, that's all you need. So really good starter to getting into Metal Gear speedrunning for sure.
Very good start. I definitely recommend it for those who want to get into speedrunning. This game or just the whole series, really.
Yeah.
Because that was just how I got into it. I started running this exact category. I grinded this for like a solid, you know, for a long time.
Oh.
And then eventually, I've never seen Limes do that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, definitely going for the swag stuff here.
He's just harness.
He's definitely not doing the visual cue because you actually need those guards for the visual cue.
I wonder what he's. I mean, maybe there's a certain cue on, like, you know, how many guys that you actually toss. If that's the case, that'd be kind of big brain.
Yeah, that's very big brain. Are these guys just keep coming?
I think that's definitely spawning. He just keeps on.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Does that count as a kill? I'm not sure.
I mean, we're definitely not going for big boss, are we?
No, not at all.
I mean,
Can't say I've ever seen that before, so.
no.
Definitely a first.
Definitely first, but it hey, if it works, it works. You know,
Yep.
like do what you need to do. Do what makes you comfortable. Snow about to head up to the blast furnace as well. I'm sure he's going to be using the audio cue.
Yeah.
Or at least looking at if he has his own timer.
Mhm.
Definitely the most reliable way to do it is with a personal timer.
That's what I always do. Even if I were like racing, I'd set up. Excuse me. Like
You're
a
fine.
timer on my phone, or just have light split going on at the same time, and I'll just do that personally.
Yeah, I use the visual cue because I don't know. I don't like relying too much on a timer, and it's just something that I'm comfortable with because I'm a very visual person. I'm definitely not a math person. So, Snow grabbing some stun grenades. Interesting. Join the lava.
Oh wait, he's gonna go for the ration.
Oh, please don't go for a ration.
Please. I always do
Please.
that. I always do that. I always just
Yeah.
go for it, and I would like have like 1 foot off the edge.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he's just
nothing-
enjoying the view.
Nothing good comes out of trying to grab that ration.
Just passing time.
Yeah, but I think he's definitely going for timer here.
Yep. I'm almost
Line.
far up enough to lie down. Will we hit
Yeah.
the load zone? I think it's to crawl up a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, the load zone is somewhere past that line.
Yeah. Hmm.
And
okay.
he,
So he double checked. He was like,
Yeah.
you know what, let me just make sure.
yeah. Look, there's no shame in that because the last thing you want is to go all the way back to the command room. Turns out you weren't in there for like another 2 seconds. So
Yeah,
There's
and that would
no
be really
shame.
detrimental to his team as well, because, you know,
no shame.
Snow's job is just damage control, is like making the the comeback as small as possible to make it harder for the last race coming up here right after this, which is gonna be MGS2.
Very excited for that.
Yeah, may as well be the decider, and maybe the Wanderers can maybe sneak one in if they have a really good showing at MGS2.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, when Limes puts in this last card, it's going to be game time. We're going to have our final suite of boss fights, starting with Rex, going to Liquid, and then to Escape. But first, a shocking twist.
Oh no,
Oh no,
it's actually Liquid.
it was
not
Liquid
Master.
the entire time.
No one knew. Very interesting view
Yeah.
we're getting here.
Yeah, I know. The angles in these games are very beautiful.
Yeah, like Kojima was not, he was very creative with all these different angles in all these different rooms. Like he wasn't being conservative at all. He was just like going full at it.
Yeah, especially one of my favorite facts about the development of Metal Gear Solid is that they planned out all the rooms with Legos.
Oh yeah. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Like they literally laid out all the rooms with Legos, and then Kojima's wife got mad because it's just like, I can't believe that you get paid just to play with Legos.
Taken from the battle, neither truly alive nor truly dead.
And a very interesting.
Yeah, a little glitch
Yeah.
in the PC.
Because, you're not supposed to change weapons typically, but because of the weapon hockeys, we can, and it just forces us out of the forced first-person views. We're able to kind of just see Snake do a little tilt.
And of course, with Rex, all you do 0-9, and then just keep shooting.
Yep. And if you're close enough, he'll just keep on doing this, where he'll just.
Yeah. It definitely makes the console runners cringe, but
Hey man, it's reliable, it's easy, and
Yes.
hey, we don't have to listen to the speech either, so you
yeah, I
just
know, right?
go straight to the fight. Just
Yes.
no playing around.
Moment of
Yep,
love.
definitely a good thing about Integral. You get to skip a 2-minute long cutscene of Liquid monologuing.
Mhm.
You fall. At this height,
See if
All right.
Rams can get the infinite here.
even
All right. Moment of truth.
snake.
So you'll see here at the beginning, though, he's just going to be tossing him to kind of set him up for the infinite. And then moving it a certain way. Toss him one more time.
Doing the 2-throw. Oh, he's got the pocket. This is good.
Yeah.
Once you get the pocket, it's just a matter of keeping the time. And I think...
I'm pretty sure he's got it, yeah. Cause
Lime's guy, clean. Very clean.
very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is hard. That is one of the hardest strats in this game.
Now D-Limes gets ready for the escape. See Snow here fighting Rex, so like, you know, he's not too far behind.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Snow can maybe get looking at it as well.
You know, Snow's going to get a very respectful time. You know, respectful time going up against someone like Limes, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
the favorite going in, so, you know, the fact that he's not too far behind is really good.
Very good, and, you know, he should really be proud of how respectful his times are right now for someone that literally just picked up the game not too long ago, you know. Alright, so escape here on Limes' side. Just a matter of good placement and knowing how many shots it takes to kill the guards.
I believe it's 4, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's like 3 or
4 on easy.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah. You also want to make sure you line up your gun because some of the hitboxes in this game are insane, and we're about to see that with Liquid coming up on Limes' side. Yeah. But speaking of Liquid, here is the fight on Snow's side. Yeah, so let's see how Snow handles it.
Now for this escape, though, he's doing this kind of like fan motion throughout, because if you follow him straight, then like he'll keep on swerving back and forth. So kind of want to fan and like not directly look at him, and then go here and move on to the next phase. But what's going on? Looks like Snow. Oh, wow.
That's wow. That is pro, guys. That is pro level stuff.
Wow, that was really risky to throw. Very
risky because you're supposed to wait for Liquid to get to a certain spot and then throw him a second time. But what Snow just did was, wow, guys, that was very clean.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, wow. I have chills.
He need to do that.
He really do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have chills just watching that. Very excellent performance by Young Snow. Definitely a highlight. Definitely a highlight of this run, I will say. And it looks like Limes is coming up to time. Time does happen on the score screen, and time for Limes. A 37:29. Very, very good time, ladies and gentlemen. A sub 38 is no joke. Very, very good time.
Now we have Snow trying to finish up here.
Yep, and we have Snow going toward first checkpoint. Very clean.
Yeah, so it looks like Wanderers are going to gain a little bit more time here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll come down to MGS2, see if the Wanderers can wander the way back into the dub.
And can the survivor survive?
Oh, man.
All right, very clean checkpoints from Snow. Now it's all a matter of Liquid.
Yeah, so, you know, while we were watching the Liquid fight, I didn't talk too much about it, so yeah, like, does he here want to be kind of fanning back and forth, and you want to be, like, directly following him, otherwise he'll start swerving out of controls, so...
Yes, and, Liquid does have iframes. You can see him blinking in and out. Those iframes are no joke. Also, his hitbox, no matter the difficulty in this game, is atrocious. You really got to find the sweet spot. And it looks like Snow has very good time. He's getting a lot of good sweet spots. Couldn't get the transition shot. It's perfectly fine. Let's see if he finds the sweet spot here. This is the little difficult part. Yep, he found it right there. And it looks like Snow is also coming up on time.
All right.
Again, great thing about PC port, we don't have to sit through credits. Even though I do love the ending song, we're gonna be skipping all that.
Yeah, probably the best part about this game is that you can just do these runs back to back to back because you don't have to go through all the credits. So
Yeah, that's why I hate about MGS2. And let's look at Snow's final time. 39:48. Folks, that is very respectable. That's very respectable. So GG to both runners.
Yeah, good job to both of them. And yeah, so with that, Survivors still have the lead, and D-Lime's managed to knock it down a little bit. But coming up next, though, we have Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance on PC. Very easy between Tino and Apache, so be sure to stick around for that. And the commentators for that will be Mayu-chan and Makarov. So we're going to take a small break here and get ready for the finale. Do appreciate you all for watching. Thank you for commentating with me underwater.
Of course, anytime.
See y'all in a couple minutes.